Okay, hello YouTube. I'm Yasmin. I'm English host here in Talking Talk. Today we are talking about how to reduce water consumption. And a little about me, I'm Yasmin. I'm 19 years old. I live at São Paulo capital. I work as an intern on software development. And I'm host here in Talking Talk, English host and a Spanish host too. So, Luis, could you introduce yourself for us, please?
Sure. So I'm Wheezy. I'm 27. I live in São Paulo capital too. I'm a technology student and I work as a strategic marketing intern. I live with my girlfriend and I'm very into sports. I love running, swimming. Yeah, that's it. And I'm also a hostess here on Talk and Talk. That's it.
Please send your time and day to the immersion for us, please.
Okay, yeah, so I'm here on Mondays at 6 p.m. and Saturdays at 9 a.m.
So nice. I will try to participate someday.
Nice,
Thank you
nice.
for sharing. And about you, Lucas, could you introduce a little about you, please?
Yeah, I am Lucas. I'm 24 years old. I live in São Paulo. I am a pharmacist, and I'm here on Talk and Talk Science 2020, I think. I am host here too. And yeah, I think it is.
Thank you, Lucas. For you, Lucas, why do you think reducing water consumption is important?
Well, I think it's really important because the water is everything for us because we need to drink water, we need to every food that we need to cook, we need to use water. I think we use water every time in our day. So I need it's really important to care about the use and try to have a smart consumption. Yeah, I think it is.
Thank you, Lucas. A different question, there is not in the list, but do you think in the future there will be some adoptions to replace water? For example, if scientists can reproduce a liquid that can replace the water?
Oh, I think it's really I don't know, really hard because water is so unique, you know. But of course, I think it's not impossible. And if someone finds how to do this, this person will be the person more rich in the world because this is the uh, a big thing.
Yeah, thank you, Lucas. And for you, Luis, do you think reducing water consumption is important and why?
Yeah, very important, especially nowadays that we know that not everyone have easy access to it. When I was a child, I used to think that water is everywhere, that's the whole planet, but it's not exactly like this, and we have to be more mindful. But just answering the another question, that's very specific about the another liquid that can substitute water. I've never think about this. And I think maybe, I hope so, but I think it's very like when we dream like super, super big.
Yeah, I don't know if this will be possible in the future. I think it will be very, very crazy if they could develop this kind of things. But I said this question and I remember about a movie that is called Dune, and there they use like equipment that they can reduce the consumption of water because for example, if they sweat or if they cry, they reuse these water. So I think maybe in the future, because of the problems with the environment that we already have. So I think maybe in the future will be a worse situation. So maybe in the future, if they didn't develop a solution to like replace the water, maybe they create some equipment that will reuse the water, similar to this movie.
Yeah, so if there's any scientist watching us on YouTube right now, they should take notes because we have great ideas right here.
Yeah, the if someone did this, we will earn a lot of money.
Yeah.
So, Luis, how do you use water in your daily life?
No, actually, I guess like all the time, like all the time, to cook, to wash everything, to shower, I drink like 3 liters of water per day. I don't know, I guess it's my whole routine every single day. But I try to be, as I said before, I try to be more mindful because I live in a building that every day we have like some hours that we don't have water and some levels. I don't know how to say andares, but every day we experiencing something like this. So I'm always thinking like, when should I shower? Because I know that I don't know, maybe at night I maybe not have water for showering.
You say that you use water for a lot of things. Do you have a strategy to reduce or maybe reuse the water that you use?
Yes, I guess the common that we already know, like to not leave the tap open when I'm brushing my teeth. I try to wash my clothes like when I have like the whole full machine. So I wait to wash my clothes together and my girlfriend's. I guess that's it. To reduce the water when I'm washing dishes, maybe. I don't use water to clean the floor. I just use like a mop that I use like little, just a little water. I guess maybe that's my strategies.
Good strategies. Thank you, Luis. And for you, Lucas, how do you use water in your daily life? And do you have any strategy that you use to reduce your consumption?
Um, as Luisa said, I like water every moment during my day. I like to make coffee, so I use water, I don't know, 3 times or 2 times in a day to make coffee, and to cook it, to take a shower, and to clean the house. I try to reuse the water when I need to clean my I don't know how to say corredor. I forgot the word. And I try to reuse the water from the washing machine, and it's very very good. And I try to avoid the to leave the tap open to avoid to waste water. And let me see. Oh, this is so hard to think about how I avoid, how can I reduce the consumption of water at home? I don't know. I think it's it. What about you, Yasmin? How do you? I need tips about it because I think I don't do anything in my house.
I think I am like you both. I use the same strategies like you too. Like Luis say about turn off the water when brush the teeth. I think I do things like that when I am in the summer too. When I am let me search how is this word because I don't know. later, soaping. When we are in the summer and I'm soaping my skin, I try to turn off the oh my God, how is I forgot how it's to the shower. I try to turn off the shower when I am soaping my skin in the summer because it's already okay the climate to be with the water off. So I try to turn off the shower when I am soaping my skin, and after that I turn on again. I try to take quick baths too. I think this is really important because there are a lot of liters of water that go out with baths. And I think this tip that you say about washing machine is really good because the water that get out of this is clean, and so you can reuse to clean the rest of the house, like clean the floor is very good. So I think this is a good tip too. I think this is the only strategies that I use, but I will try to find another's because I think it's really important to the environment that we are nowadays because the things are getting worse day by day. So I think it's important we have these kind of actions, this behavior. So I think we already answered the four. Lucas, have you ever experienced a water shortage? How did it affect your routine?
Yes, unfortunately, in my neighborhood, the water runs out around 10 p.m. So every day we need to organize our routine. Like we need to wash the dishes early, or we need to washing clothes early too. And this is terrible because when we call friends at home, and I don't know, we eat pizza or other food, we can't wash the dishes in the same night. We need to leave and wash in the other day. And this is terrible because I like to wash the dishes in the same day. So this is a terrible thing.
Yeah, it's very bad because some situations you have to change your own routine because some people didn't reduce the consumption. And this is very bad because I think if every person be conscious about the use, I think the situation will be better to you have water for all of the times in a day. So it's very bad.
Yeah.
And for you, Luis, you said that I think you live in a building, so you said that sometimes you didn't have water. So how is that situation?
It's terrible. Actually, I have a story about this. It was like 2 years ago. I've just moved out here, and I was late for a date. And when I went to take a shower, there was no water, and I had to bought a gallon of water, and I took a shower with like a very, 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 very cold gallon of water. And I went on this date. It was terrible, but this is just like a specific story. Uh, yeah, sometimes we have to leave the dishes for the next day, like Lucas, and have to be more mindful about the showers. And it's kind of, yeah, it's unfortunately, I guess, because we always like caught by surprise. I just received an email like the next hour we'll have no water, so that's kind of terrible for me sometimes. Sometimes I arrive like very, very tired of work and I have no water, so that's something that really annoy me. And it's not for saving water, it's just because they want it or they need it. I don't know.
I think maybe it helps to reduce the economical costs with use of water. So I think it is very bad because sometimes you didn't know about it until it happens. Like you said, you go to take a bath and there's no water, so it's very bad. I think this is I think if everyone, like I said before, if everyone be conscious with their own behavior, I think the situation will be better for everyone.
Yes,
Um,
uh,
oh, go
I
ahead.
think the situation that Luis said is worse than mine because in my house we have the water tank, so we just don't have the water from the street. But I understand that Luis said they don't have water like in the every place, like in the bathroom or in the I don't know, the cozinha, kitchen. That's
The
it,
whole
Luis.
apartment, it's
Oh,
whole apartment, yes.
yeah, this is
Me and
terrible.
my neighbors sometimes.
Sad.
Very sad.
Yeah. I'm looking for a new apartment.
So, Luis, I hope you'll get it soon because it's terrible sometimes because you didn't have water in all of your home, and sometimes can be an emergency situation, and you will not have water, so it's really bad. About me, we didn't have this kind of situation here, but I already have in the past in the place that I lived before, and was really bad because sometimes if I wanted to get up early to go to the school, I cannot take baths, so it's very, very, very bad. And we cannot do normal things like have the dishes and use the water, so it's very bad. It was an apartment too, so was about all of the apartment was really bad, it unfortunately. So, Lucas, let me see here. Number 6, what are some ways business can reduce the water usage?
I think the company can try to, I don't know, fix leaks to try to reduce the waste of water. Uh, I don't know, some type of monitoring water use. And let me see. Oh, education and people like employees to how to have a good use of the water and how to use the water better. And yeah, I think it is. Actually, I think the most important is the education because I think we waste water a lot because the people don't have the education about this topic.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think if in every place we have the right education, we will not have these problems. For example, in the school, if they teach us to how to reduce the consumption, even in the work environment, because sometimes people waste a lot of water in the work environment too. So I think talk is a good way to teach the people. You don't have to like just cut the use, like turn off all of the water of your environment. If you just teach the people first, because sometimes people didn't know about the water consumption that they are doing. Sometimes they didn't have this education, so uh, sometimes it's very, very important to really teach the people to improve this behavior. And maybe if they don't, you can turn off the water some moments to like show the real importance to do it to reduce. So I think it's really important.
It's look like about the pollution to education people to avoid to do this, put trash in the beach or in the street. I think it's about the education.
Yeah, I agree with you because I say that because my mom always say things to me, uh, teaching me to not waste a lot of water, to not throw the garbage on the streets too. And when I have this education and I compare with other people around the place that I grew up, I see that a lot of people act in the other way, a different way than me, and this is really bad because I saw at the place that I lived before that there are a lot of trash in the streets. So when it starts to rain, there are a lot of water in the streets, and sometimes you cannot even put your food, your feet on the floor because there's too much water, and this is really bad. And I think the education is very important. And when it didn't come to the family, this must come to the schools because it's a place that we have to be in contact with the importance of these things. Thank you for sharing, Lucas. And for you, Luis, how do you think about this?
When Lucas said about the education, I just thought about the washing machines that we were told that washing machines use like lots of water, but it is exactly the opposite. It can reduce the water consumption. So when I think of business like restaurants, they can use this adjustment and more eco-friendly adjustments in general, maybe. And I started to work in a crop science sector of a company. So I have this very experience with agricultural business, and I know the existence of seeds that doesn't need watering like all the time every day, just when the sun's hotter or whatever. And this can reduce the water consumption too, especially because agriculture is like very large business. It's like a very important business too. So we can help to reduce this, I guess. But I know it's more expensive, so it's not like adaptable. I guess I don't know if that's the word exists, but it's kind of difficult to use it and to educate people that this is better than the usual way.
Yeah, I remember one thing that uses a lot of water, and this is really bad because a lot of people didn't know that. That is the clothes waste a lot of water. When I say that a lot, it's like jeans leg can waste more than 3 liters, uh, water liters, per leg. So it's very um, a very big waste of water. And this is really bad because a lot of people didn't know that and buys a lot of clothes. And this is bad because when you buy so much clothes that sometimes you didn't need a big quantity of clothes, but if you buy a big quantity, can be really bad with the environment because of that, because waste a lot of water. And this is really bad because I don't know, we are so advanced in technology, and I became really sad that anyone put attention on it because there are a lot of cost, a lot of use to water on it, and anyone makes nothing. So I became really sad when I remember that. So let me see here. Luis, how does climate change affect water availability around the world?
I don't know if I have like a strong vision or opinion about this, but I know that climate change already is like just disrupting rainfall patterns. So we have like drier regions and floods in another. So that can be like a very big problem, especially here in São Paulo. And yeah, I guess this can like impact all of us. And when we experience like dry secas, the food price can spikes in another region of the city or country, I guess.
Yeah, talking about the climate change, I think really affect, like you said, and even when we have rains, sometimes the rain is unavailable to use. For example, we have some kind of rains that is called, I think, black rain, and is a kind of rain that you cannot use to water consumption. So sometimes we pass it a long time without rains, and when it comes, is a bad rain to use. So I think it is very bad in all of the aspects of it and really affect. And for you, Lucas, how does climate change affect water availability around the world?
Well, I don't know, but I think is it has rained less often, but when it rains, it's more heavy, you know, it's bigger. And it's terrible because it impacted a lot because it's normal to see the city float because of the rain, or we can see a heavy wind and it affect everybody in the city.
Yeah, thank you, Lucas. Um, we are talking about it, and I remember that the situation with water is so bad, then sometimes causes like wars, civil wars, because is used to as a how can I say that? Like a tool that can make someone be powerful than another because um, we already have some cases with that before, like some people um, make an impediment to regions around to use water. So this is like a tool that can be useful to start waters and to make um, you to be a powerful than the other population. So I think this is very, very bad because water is essential for our own lives. And some people didn't want to just use the other things that can make them feel powerful. And they like, I don't know how, if this expression is existing on English, but in Portuguese, like jogar baixo, with other cultures, with of other populations using water. So I think this is really bad once we think that is something very, um, very important to our own survive. Um, so the number 9, how can each person's efforts contribute to a larger global impact on water conservation with?
I guess when we think about sustainability, we need to remember that every act counts. Um so I'm always like thinking that to access water is very easy for me, but that's not like for everyone. So there's people that don't have easy access to it. So I'm always like try to think like this, especially with like cycling and whatever. So we tend to think that our actions can be like minor or insignificant, but it's not. We are part of something bigger, but it's complicated. Yes, it's complicated because it's very like political, and we don't have like control of everyone's actions.
Yeah, thank you, Luis. I agree when you said about the how I forgot how is the word, but that I remember the access of the water, because some population didn't have it. Like they need to walk 1, 2 kilometers to a water well with a bucket and fill it, and after that come back to their home, use this water, and when they need, go to the water well again. And this is really exhaustive. There are a lot of effort that is necessary to be put it on it. And I think it is really bad when we just waste a lot of water, didn't think about the people that didn't even have this access, because like you, I have easy access at my home. I didn't have to go to a water well to get it. So I can even imagine how bad and how difficult it is to every day go to a place that you need to take just some liters of water and make these liters be used to all of your days. So I think it's very, very, very difficult. So thank you for sharing, Luis. And for you, Lucas.
Um, I we are talking about the education, and I remember an interview in the 90s about asking to the people about the lack of water, and a lot of people answer that they prefer juice and soda instead of water. But you need the water to do juice and soda. So I think it's about it. The education, it's a lot of people, they don't know how it's really important to use water in your day. And about the conservation, I think it's about what we talked. Uh, Try to avoid to waste water in your day, to try to reduce the unnecessary use, and try to care more about the nature and the environment. And yeah, I think it is. But as we said, it's really hard because we need to have a government that cares about this too. It's not w- because if I do something and the government, they don't care about it, my my activities, they don't have force to save the water in the world.
Yeah, I agree with you. The government must have um, more I don't know how to say this, but I have to worry with that, because if we compare our consumptions, if we sum our consumptions here and compare to a big company of clothes, of course, the big company will waste the typical more than us. So sometimes the government, the laws must to act on that too, because our effort is important, but can be really small if we compare to big companies. And they must to be more careful with that, because it's something that we can lose, and we can have less and less access to it. So it's something that everyone must to be aware of it. So thank you, Lucas. So. the questions that I prepared to this conversation end. So I want to ask to you, Lucas, did you ever saw a movie, a series that shows how was the um how can our population can be without water? And how was that, if you already saw that?
Oh, good question. Probably yes. I like to watch some sci-fi movies. Yes, I think. And but now I don't remember a specific movie about it. But I I think it's scary to think about to live without water, or to think, oh my God, I just have water for 3 hours in my day. I need to resolve my life in and use the water just for 3 hours. This is really hard because uh, we need water for every time, every day. I remember in the school, I the teacher, they showed to me some videos about the consumption, no, how can I say consumption? I
I think it's consumption, maybe.
Consumption, yeah, about the consumption, the water consumption, and I I thought, oh my God, if we don't have water to live, we will die because we need water for everything in your life, and that's it.
Yeah, this is scaring me too because it's something that we really need, and the people didn't care about it. So I think if all of people didn't have any action nowadays, in a few years we'll not have the same access that we have now. So it's really bad.
Oh,
And about, oh, go ahead.
I remember something about to change salt water in fresh water, but I don't know if this works or not. I remember this in my time of school.
Yeah, I think this can be really good because the sea is really big in our world, so can be really nice. And I expect this can the pollution on the seas cannot affect that because if affects, we are just, I think we are in problem. So. I think we need to care of our environment in all of the aspects, not just in the water, because I think one things get another. So if we just uh, waste a lot of water, this will affect in the food that we eat. And I think one things gets to another, and we have to be conscious in everything. So. And when I say about movies, I remember about one movie that shows how can be the world without so much water. That is Mad Max. I don't know if you already see it, but it's a very crazy word. I have to say it's a very crazy word, and the people have a lot of problems because of the lake of water, Lake, I think it's the lake of water. And it's a crazy movie, and the water there is like a I think that just the richest, the powerful people have. So I remember about this movie. And for you, Luis, did you have watched a movie, series, or something related to that?
Yeah, I was just about to say about the Mad Max because I love the older one, the first one, because it shows how water can be its own economy when natural resources are like very limited. So love this. I love this movie. But something that always annoyed me annoys me is that we need to have like some dramatical accident to happen to we have to take action, like the unfortunate event on the Taylor Swift show where the girl unfortunately passed away because she was like dehydrated, and it needed to happen to educate people to understand how water is like essential. It's like a right for human beings. So this is always like this conversation always annoys me in that way, in that specific way.
Yeah, I agree with you. Some people just care about when a bad situation occurs, and this is really bad because I always keep me thinking, what needs to happen to people start to care about because our world is just becoming crazy. The hot places are getting cold, and the cold places are getting hot. The water is being more inaccessible. A lot of things are happening at the same time and people already didn't care about it. So I agree with you on that. And I always keep myself in thinking, what needs to happen to people care about our environment? So it's bad. Thank you, Luis. Guys, come back again. I wanna ask to Wanda, how was the conversation in the another room?
Yasmin, it is a really good conversation. Thank you for bringing for us this topic. So good to talk about and so sad too. Yes, Luis talked to us many things occur in Pantanal. It's terrible, but thank you for this subject. It's so interesting to talk about.
Thank you for your opinion, Wanda. And Wanda, do you have any strategy to reduce water consumption?
For me, in my house, I pay attention for leaks. I I close the faucet. Is that simple things that I can do in my house?
Thank you, Wanda. I think the small actions really makes a difference. Thank you. And for you, Juliano, how was the conversation in the another room? How do you think about the subject? Do you like it?
Yes, I really like it to talk about the subject because it's a subject that we can learn a lot talking it in English because there are some questions so good to talk and to think. So I think it's good to enjoy and to learn more about the English and about the ways to talk about water, to reducing water. So I think it's very good, and I really like this topic.
Thank you for your opinion, Juliano. And did you have any strategies to reduce the water consumption?
I really try reuse the water, so if I here in the machine, if you the people in my house are washing the clothes, we try get the water and after use to wash the house, so we try always reuse the water, and it's small habits I think I can try and think I can try and do it. Yeah, but I think in most of cases in my house we try use the water.
Yeah, good strategies. Thank you, Juliano. And Luis, I'm very curious about how is the situation in Pantanal. Could you share a little bit with us?
Yes, very, very sad situation. I think that's our use. Did you see about the in the news about we had a lot of wildfires since I think June this year. So it's very sad, but the wildfire itself was very sad. But I was telling for my friends, Wanda and Juliano, was the first time that I saw with my own eyes a big river totally dried. You know, so was very, very sad. Assim. So I think that, for example, I didn't believe in these things of climate change until I saw uh, uh, with my own eyes uh, a lot of destruction, burnings, and a very sad reality we are facing here as well. Like a lot of smoke in the city, very, very sad. Sad.
It's very, very sad, like you said. Here where I live, we still didn't have that, but nearby to here, in the I think it's country of São Paulo, there are a lot of fires that happen. A small time ago, so was very recently, and it's very sad because it's like we are saying here in the main room, the people just carry about when a bad thing happen. Sometimes we didn't have any, even the education to know about the consequences of small actions like waste a lot of water and throw garbage in wrong places. We didn't know the consequences until we saw it. So this is very, very bad. Thank you, Luis, for sharing. I think it's very important because sometimes we didn't know about the situations, and sometimes we think this is far to us, but sometimes it's so next to us, can happen to any place nowadays because the situation is becoming really, really bad. So guys, if you can, really try to reduce the water consumption, try to not throw the garbage in the streets, try to help people in their situations because some fires just get over with their houses, their lives. So if you can help people, not just with a fire situation, but every catastrophic situation that our country is passing by. Please do it, it's very important. And try to make a better environment to our descendants. I think this is necessary to carry out nowadays to the future be better. And that's it. There was a difficult topic to talk about because it's very sad. I think this is very, very sad, but it's necessary to remember us to try to help the situation. And I want to thank you all to have been here with me today. If you have some time, I will send to you the survey. I forgot it, sorry. I sent to you a survey and that you can put an idea of a subject, or if you want to talk about how do you think about this conversation, give suggestions or given feedback is anonymous, so you can feeling safe to share your opinion on there. And I will be really happy with that. Will really help me to improve my immersions. And guys, thank you to have with me today. Was very important to me talk about this topic. If you had some time next week, the same time, please come again. If you are interested to practice Spanish too, I started as a host, a Spanish host, Thursday, 6 p.m. So if you can come, I will be really happy to. And guys, thank you again and have a nice weekend.
Thank you.
Guys.